Beloved chosen one, I am Michael, and today I want to speak with you about something I believe you have quietly felt in recent years. A sense that maybe your best days are behind you, that the world has moved on to younger voices, younger dreams, younger energy, and you are simply watching from the sidelines now. I need 10 minutes of your attention today because I have come specifically to challenge that belief. I want to speak honestly first, beloved chosen one. Perhaps your children are grown now, building their own lives, needing you less than they once did. Perhaps retirement has brought quiet you did not fully expect, days that once felt full now stretching out with fewer demands on your time. Perhaps your body has slowed in ways that frustrate you, reminding you daily that you are not who you once were, physically. I understand why all of this together can create a quiet ache, a feeling that your most meaningful years have already happened, and what remains is simply winding down. Beloved chosen one, I want you to hear this clearly today. That feeling, understandable as it is not the truth. I want to talk about wisdom for a moment because I believe it is one of the most undervalued gifts of the years you have already lived. You carry perspective now that younger people simply do not have access to. Yet, not because they lack intelligence, but because wisdom requires time, requires having walked through disappointment and recovery, loss and healing, mistakes and the hard-earned lessons that followed them. Beloved chosen one, that wisdom is not a relic of your past. It is a gift you are still capable of offering right now to your family, your community, and to people who desperately need exactly what you have already learned. Now, I want to speak to the specific fear of becoming invisible, of feeling like younger generations no longer seek out what you know, no longer value the stories you carry. I understand that fear, beloved chosen one, but I want you to consider something. Value is not always loudly requested. Sometimes it simply needs to be offered, patiently, consistently, until the people around you recognize what you have been quietly holding all along. I want to talk about purpose in this season of life, because I do not believe purpose expires simply because a career has ended or children have grown and left home. Beloved chosen one, purpose often shifts in form during this stage of life, moving from building and achieving toward mentoring, blessing, and quietly strengthening the people around you. That shift is not a demotion. It is often the most significant work a person will ever do, simply less visible than the achievements of earlier decades. I want you to say this with me now, beloved chosen one, whether silently or spoken aloud. My best years are not necessarily behind me. The wisdom I carry is a gift, not a relic. My purpose has not expired. It has simply changed shape. I release the fear of becoming invisible, and I choose to offer what I know, patiently and consistently, trusting that it still matters deeply. I want to speak to the specific loneliness that sometimes accompanies this season. Friends who have passed on, family scattered across distances, a social circle that has quietly shrunk over the years. Beloved chosen one, I want to acknowledge that grief honestly, without rushing past it. That loneliness is real, and it deserves to be named rather than minimized. But I also want to remind you that connection is still possible, still worth pursuing, even now, even if it requires more effort than it once did to build. I want to talk about legacy as well because I believe this word gets misunderstood too often as something only accomplished through grand, visible achievement. Beloved chosen one, your legacy is not only the career you built or the recognition you received. It is also in the quiet moments, the values you modeled for your children, the kindness you extended to strangers, the faith you kept even through difficult seasons. That legacy is being built even now, in ordinary conversations, in the example you continue to set, in the prayers you continue to offer for people you love. If this message has reached you at exactly the right time today, comment the words, "My story isn't over," so that others feeling overlooked in this season of life can find this same reminder. Before I leave you today, I want you to think of someone younger in your life who might genuinely benefit from your wisdom, your stories, your perspective, even if they have not directly asked for it. Reach out to them today, beloved chosen one. Sometimes the greatest gift you can offer is simply making yourself available, patiently, without pushing, until they are ready to receive what you have carried for so long. I also want to speak to the health concerns that so often accompany this season of life, the aches that were not there before, the appointments that fill your calendar in ways they never used to, the quiet worry about what the coming years hold for your body. Beloved chosen one, I want you to know that your worth has never been tied to your physical strength or capability. Even as your body changes, ages, and requires more care than it once did, who you are underneath that changing body remains fully intact, fully valuable, fully worthy of love and respect. I want to speak as well to those of you who have outlived people you deeply loved, a spouse, close friends, siblings, and who carry a grief that younger people around you may not fully understand. Beloved chosen one, that grief does not need to be rushed or hidden away to make others comfortable. You are allowed to miss them openly, to speak their names, to carry their memory with you as you continue living. Grief and continued living are not opposites. They exist together, especially in the years when you have loved deeply enough to lose people who mattered. I want to remind you, too, that faith often deepens rather than fades during these later years, even when energy or health has diminished. The relationship you have built with God over decades of living carries a depth that cannot be rushed or replicated quickly. That depth is itself a treasure, one that younger generations, including your own children and grandchildren, stand to benefit greatly from witnessing in you. Beloved chosen one, you are not finished. Your story is not winding down toward irrelevance. It is simply entering a chapter that looks different than the chapters before it. Quieter perhaps, but not any less meaningful. Subscribe if this message reached you today, beloved chosen one, because tomorrow I return with another message meant exactly for you. One final word before I go. Whatever season of life you are in today, whether you are just beginning, deep in the middle of building your life, or further along than you once imagined you would be, this message is not meant only for one age or one stage. It is meant for anyone who has quietly wondered if their best contribution has already been made, if their story has already peaked. Beloved chosen one, wherever you find yourself today, your story is still being written, and the chapters still ahead of you matter just as much as the ones already behind you. I also want to say this directly to those of you further along in years, watching this perhaps with grandchildren nearby, or in the quiet of a home that once held more voices than it does now. The years you have already lived were not simply preparation for something else. They were and remain deeply meaningful in their own right. And the years still ahead of you, however many they are, carry that same meaning, whether they are filled with visible activity or quiet, steady presence. Both matter. Both count. Neither is lesser than the other. Walk in peace, and walk in the quiet confidence that your story is not finished yet. I remain with you,